Welcome to Fort Mill Parks and Recreation Today. I'm Brown Simpson, Parks and Recreation Director for the town of Fort Mill. Today we're bringing you our show from Fort Mill High School, and it's my honor to welcome Dwayne Hartsoe, the new Athletic Director and head boys basketball coach here at Fort Mill High School. Coach Hartsoe, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. Dwayne, if you will, tell us a little bit about you, your family, your background, a little bit about your career and how you got to where you are now as the new Athletic Director here at Fort Mill High School.
I'm a York native, grew up in York, graduated from York High School, went to Winthrop, graduated there in 1991. My first job was at a private school called Hudgens Academy, spent 2 years there. Moved from there to Williston-Elko High School, a little 1A school in Barnwell County. From Williston, I moved over to Lancaster for 9 years, spent 9 years at Lancaster where I coached basketball, varsity football. And when South Point opened, I moved over to South Point in Rock Hill, spent 6 years there where I was the head 9th grade football coach, varsity boys basketball, and also coached the golf team. I'm married to Carla Hartsoe. It was Carla Dixon from York. We have 2 kids, Preston, who is a 7th grader at Banks Trail, and Gracie, who was a 3rd grader at Orchard Park Elementary here in Fort Mill. We've lived here in Fort Mill for 8 years, even when I was working in Lancaster and Rock Hill at South Point.
So you feel like Fort Mill's home and you really like it here?
Yeah, we do. My wife's work is here in Fort Mill also, and we actually moved here when our kids got ready to start school, and been very happy, enjoy it. And when this job came open, it was a no-brainer to try to put my name in the hat and try to get the job. Well,
that's great. And I know that you won a state championship, Class A at Williston-Elko. Remind everybody at home what year that was.
It was in 1995. We beat Great Falls, Coach Smith over there, and again, that was my first year coaching varsity boys basketball in the public schools, and we won the state championship.
And what a way to start. Not only did you beat a quality team and a quality program with Coach John Smith, one of the nicest guys around, but I know that had to be great for Williston-Elko at that time.
It was, and a little 1A school, small community. They really rallied behind us. It was one of the greater achievements in my coaching career, and it happened real early.
Well, that's great. Well, that's great. I know you interviewed for the job and got the job in early May of this year, and you started the 1st of July. What has been some of the biggest challenges so far for you starting off as athletic director here at Fort Mill High School?
There's been a lot of challenges. I feel like I'm prepared for the job. I've coached several sports. I've coached basketball, baseball, football, golf, and done those for many years. But coming in as an athletic director, never been in this position, there's been a lot of things that I've had to learn that I didn't realize that an athletic director takes care of. And again, a big challenge we have here at Fort Mill is communication with our coaches. We have so many coaches that don't teach at Fort Mill High School, and just learning how to communicate with them so that we can get with each other on what needs to be done.
Well, that's great. What are some of the goals you have for the athletic department here at Fort Mill High School?
Our goal is to we want to win state championships in every sport, but and I think that's everybody's goal that's involved in high school athletics. Of course, we want our kids to enjoy the time as a high school athlete, and I think a realistic goal is to strive to get into the playoffs in each sport.
Well, that's great. Parent Booster Club involvement in making a program strong and viable. Talk to us a little bit about the program here at Fort Mill High School and the involvement and the support you have from the parents in the Booster Club.
So far in my brief time I've been here, the parent support is unbelievable. The Booster Club has been great. We're in a transition with our Booster Club with some officers changing. So it's been a learning period for both me and the Booster Club, me being a new athletic director and us having a new president in our Booster Club. There's been some transition, and we're both learning together, but it's all working out, and it's going really good.
Oh, that's great. And talk to me a little bit about the administrative support you get from Principal D. Christopher and other staff here.
Mr. Christopher is unbelievable. I mean, even before I got here, I'd heard, what a great guy he would be to work for. He's very pro-athletic. He's a former coach. He understands what coaches go through and the importance that they play in the academic process of high school students. So it's been, everything that he's been really good to work for.
Well, that's great. Dwayne, talk to us a little bit about the number of programs y'all offer here at Fort Mill High School in athletics and the different levels of play too that you have?
I think we offer, if I was thinking back, I think there's 33 different teams, and with those teams we have a varsity, a JV, and maybe 6 to 8 of those we actually have a 9th grade team also. So there, that's a lot of programs for high school, and with that you're talking, 2 coaches per level. So there's a lot of coaches that are working also. Student
athletes, do they have to obtain a certain GPA to be eligible to participate?
Not a certain GPA. They have to pass 5 credits to be eligible for a semester, and 3 of those credits had to be in the second semester of last year or summer school. But there is no certain GPA. I sort of wish it was where we're at now. If it was a 2.0 GPA with our students, we'd be in good shape.
Dwayne, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back and finish up with you right after this segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we now are going to give you an opportunity to learn some more about some upcoming events with the Town of Fort Mill Parks and Recreation Department and more information about our winter sports registrations. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the second segment of Parks and Recreation Today. Once again, we're here on the campus of Fort Mill High School with Dwayne Hartsoe, Athletic Director and Head Boys Basketball Coach. Coach Hartsoe, tell us a little bit about the upcoming season and also about your team this year.
I had the opportunity during the summer to spend some time with the returning players and the incoming freshmen. Last year's team had 8 seniors, so we're looking for some guys to step up and do some things on the varsity, but I think we have a good core nucleus of group of kids coming back, and I expect us to be competitive.
Last year's JV team, were they pretty competitive?
Yeah, they were a competitive team. Not sure of their record. I was coaching at a rival school. I did see them play twice, so I knew they were a very competitive team.
Well, that ought to be great. Your goals for 2011-12 season with this basketball team?
Of course, our goals every year is to win a championship. We're going to do everything we can to try to do that.
When do y'all actually start practice, and when will your first game be?
We can actually have tryouts beginning on October 31st. We'll probably spend a week doing tryouts, and our first game is November the 29th.
And I know the high school league has given you some leeway on some practice time in the fall.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and the changes that were adopted, I think, a couple years ago.
Maybe 2 years ago, they went to a 3-week period for winter sports from September 1st to September 21st, where you can actually practice with your team as much as you want. And we've been able to take some advantage of that, but with a lot of the construction we have going on at our school, we've not been able to fully take advantage of it the way I would want to. But the construction that we have going on in the gym will be a plus when it gets done.
And let's talk a little bit about that construction. What all are they actually doing?
We actually remodeled our whole gym, tore all the bleachers out. The back side of the gym is now closed in and made into a multi-purpose room. and they're putting new bleachers in their gym. The floor was totally sanded down, repainted. It's really like a new gym. It's like having a new gym.
Did it add any capacity as far as seating?
Not sure about that, Brown, not being here, but I did ask the principal. I think it's going to be about the same capacity-wise.
And I know last year I came to the Nation 4 Fort Mill game, and this place was packed. I mean, of course, that's your big rival.
Yeah. I look forward to that. I mean, I know being in the same town, you have some big rivals like that, and I look forward to packing that gym.
Well, it ought to be an exciting season. Let's talk a little bit about community involvement and what you want your players to do to be involved in the community.
Well, you know, I would like to get them involved, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about doing a recreation type clinic or camp. And of course, I want our kids to be involved in that. I want them to be out in the community. I want them to be out and about working with the young kids that are interested in playing basketball.
Well, that's going to be an exciting time. I do want to talk a little bit about our holiday winter basketball camp, and I believe we've got that set for December 19th to the 21st at Bank Street Gym, which is the old high school gym, and that's, of course, our headquarters for Parks and Recreation. Let's talk a little bit about that camp and what you want to achieve at that camp, and we're going to have that camp for boys and girls ages 6 to 12.
Okay. Well, you know, hopefully I want to have our kids involved. Our players will be involved, and we want to stress the fundamentals of basketball, get kids excited about playing basketball, and hopefully we can teach them a few things and prepare them to be Yellow Jackets one day.
Any final thoughts on just this whole new experience for you?
So far, in 2 months into the job, it's been an exciting time. It's been trying at times. It's been sort of overwhelming at times. But I'm having a good time with it. I'm learning every day, and we're going to continue to do what we can to make Fort Mill athletics the best it can be.
Well, Coach Hartsoe, we appreciate it. Of course, you and I have known each other for a long time. We went to Winthrop together, and I look forward to the partnership we're going to continue to achieve and to grow with the Parks and Recreation Department and, of course, the Fort Mill High School Athletic Department. And if anything we can do, just let us know.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to close out another segment of Parks and Recreation today. For more information about any events that go on with the Parks and Recreation Department for the town of Fort Mill, go to www.fortmillsc.org and pull up the Parks and Recreation page. I'm Brown Simpson saying thanks for watching and have a great day.